All right, you're welcome back. Interesting highlights there. I can watch that highlight.
Over
I'm
again.
telling you. All right, so before we jump into that, let the numbers come on the screen right now. You can jump in, let us know your thoughts. Comments are already dropping in the Prime Sports group on King's Chat, so I'm sure very soon you'll see the Scan Me code appear right at the bottom right corner of the screen, and you can scan if you're not yet a member of the group, and the messages will scroll from the Prime Sports group on King's Chat in a bit, but the numbers will come on the screen. We're just taking our reactions to that big win. Is Nigeria's biggest win in Nigeria's biggest home win. What's interesting is we have our biggest home and away wins with Sao Tome and Principe, this fixture, the home and away games. They gave us our biggest away win, 10-0.
10-0.
And they gave us our biggest home win with the 6-0 victory, right, in Uyo. Okay, so Dixon, before we jump into the full analysis and talk about it, what was the experience like? Because there was something different this time. We've been in Uyo before, but we were in the stands, But being pitch side, what was that experience like?
For me, going to this game, Nigeria has already qualified. I don't know if that was, that brought the feel-good situation for everyone. And in arriving in Uyo, even though we arrived in Uyo some days before the game, but you could see the atmosphere already charged up. We knew something spectacular was going to happen. Yes, it was Sao Tome, maybe I'd won them 10-0. But there's this feeling that Uyo brings. And I think that feeling of Uyo actually, the Super Eagles, even though they won't want to tell you, but I'm very, very sure they want to be playing in Uyo. And when we got to the stadium, oh my God, it was something else.
Yeah. For the first time, I understood when they say, of course, if you're a member of this ministry, you've been here long enough, you know already we pack out stadiums and when the man of God has programs.
Yes.
But for sports, it's a totally different thing. And the closest, you made reference to it, I think we'll show it later in our on-pitch analysis, where you talked about it seeming like a Champions League match. Yeah. It had these vibes for me, it had the vibes of the World Cup matches I watched last year. And I was like, is this Uyo? Maybe that was because we were in the pitch. So, producer, you can roll some of the pictures of what it felt like. It was packed to capacity. We arrived at the stadium quite early, and the stadium was already full. The stadium was already full, and that was an interesting one.
Yeah, the stadium was already full, and it just shows how the people of Uyo, how they love football, and they love their Super Eagles. They were chanting Osimhen from beginning to end. And this is before.
This is an hour to the game, to the commencement of the game. This was 4 p.m. in Uyo, and the stadium was already packed full. You can see players training on the pitch. Just to let you know that the game.
This was just what the players had come out to warming up, but there were no seats again. Everywhere was packed full. It wasn't like a game that, sometimes we have games that is crucial in the sense that we must win to get some points. This was like, we could be using that word dead rubber before going for the game. But I pity teams that are coming for the World Cup qualifier. If this game is going to be in Uyo, I just pity teams because it was the cheers, when Osimhen touched the ball, when Ekong touched the ball, it was all. When we were talking, I could hardly hear myself because the noise was too much. It was electrifying, and like you said, I said it was like a Champions League game, and kudos to the Uyo fans. They brought their A game to this. Maybe because after for a while now we've been watching matches probably in Lagos, Asaba. It's been a while the game I've been in Uyo, and sometimes. The stadium is not even at full self. It's not even, maybe you just get...
we went to Slim when we lost to CAR. We were less than 5,000.
Yes, we were less than 5,000, and you could see the hunger that they had seeing the Super Eagles come back to, like I always say, come back home, and kudos to the fans. And I think that also brought out, the play of the Super Eagles, because even though it was Sao Tome, even the first leg that they won 10-0. Now, the difference between this 10-0 and 6-0 is that the way they played, they were more comfortable with the ball, they were more industrious with the ball. You could see the finesse in how they played the ball. It was sweet. It was as if everything just clicked.
Yeah,
The body chemistry from players, you could just see.
I agree with you,
Lookman had the best game
in his Super Eagles jersey.
Yes, very good. Now, this is same Lookman. I think the 10 he scored 2, a brace 2.
Yes.
But this brace was, he scored 1 in this game.
His performance in this match,
yes,
overshadowed, as in, it's nothing to compare with what he did in the first leg, where he even scored a brace. Yes. In my opinion, he had a bad game in that first leg, even in spite of the brace.
Yes.
But for this game, I think he was most valuable player, while Osimhen was man of the match.
Yes.
So for me, that was brilliant. He was mesmerizing. Little stature, but you had nothing on him.
People will not know that I'm taller than him.
There was something that was interesting. The day before the match, we were at the stadium to watch the last official training.
Yes.
And they allowed us watch.
Even though it was closed door.
It was supposed to be closed door, but they allowed us, the media, to watch the set piece training. So during the set piece, I kept nudging Dixon like, Dixie, this set piece that is super doing, hey. But it was, we noticed certain things from that particular training. There are certain players that I've made up my mind, I will not insult, I will not talk bad about them again. Those guys, quality.
When you see them in training,
quality is permanent. That is the truth. Class is permanent. Form is temporary. Yeah, form is temporary, but class is permanent. Kelechi Iheanacho is a class player, world-class player. He was the only one that had 100% accuracy in his set-piece play.
It was amazing.
Corners,
free kicks,
whatever. Dead ball situations. On point. Watching him at training. Moses Simon.
No, that's why he didn't
play at all.
He didn't even play.
Ademola Lookman, he was 50-50 during the training. But during the game, he was 100%. I mean,
he gave the first cross for the. Now, like that, let me let the people know something. For the first goal where Osimhen scored that, before then there was a corner where the keeper saved, brilliant save, reflex play from the goalkeeper. Then after that corner, Osimhen scored. Now, make no mistake, that was rehearsed.
It was rehearsed. We saw it in training.
It wasn't just. Okay, let me just play the ball.
We saw it in training.
So it was rehearsed. So it was rehearsed.
It was a nice one. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I think we even captured the first goal. Dixon was pitch side, so I mean, we had that privilege to be pitch side, and this is not it. I think it's called first goal or something like that. So
I don't know if this was okay.
No, this is just one of the.
Okay, this was Aino's. Okay, this was the corner that led to, I think, the first goal.
Okay, so this is it. This is what led to the goal.
Yes.
So this was the corner
that led to the goal.
So this. It was like training. We were just up there watching.
They had done this in
training just the day before.
The day before.
We had seen it happen, and boom, it was a goal. Dixon anticipated that Osimhen was.
I knew that. Somebody just knew that.
And boom, here we go. Back of the net. Practice what training. So it was a good one to see. Yes, people will say it's Sao Tome and Principe, weak opposition. Don't get your heart.
I mean, not for. Portugal
trashed Luxembourg 9-0 yesterday, so please let me rest. They didn't say because it's Luxembourg. Bernardo Silva, sit down.
But we know what this does. It brings confidence to the team, and we saw it. It brought confidence to the team, and in going forward, I don't know if you look at it tactically. Before we travel, we always talk about what are we going to use this game for, and that was important for me. Yes, it was dead rubber, but we wanted to see what we could do tactically different from what we've been doing.
Yeah.
And Austin, one of the things we saw was Taiwo Awoniyi.
That was such a fantastic revelation for us, because it's something that we.
Yeah, I think Pastor Eman saw something coming.
Yeah.
When Pastor Eman said, "Why can't we just play all the strikers together?"
Yeah, Pastor Eman, shout out to you, sir.
Shout out to you. It seems you saw something coming. But even when Awoniyi was substituted, they still paired Boniface with Osimhen. And let me just let me tell people something. I know sometimes when you watch football and you're probably not in the stadium, you just watch the cameras will actually just show you what you want to see.
Yeah.
If you watch, because if you watch Peace Side, there was a time I came to meet you. I said, Osimhen is too good.
His touches on the ball,
His
off the
touches
ball, his
off the
movement.
ball, his movements is world
As in,
class.
he's a trouble. He's a terror to defenders. I'm
Nobody-
telling you, because you're like, okay, Lookman is with the ball, but it's Osimhen. As in, it was. Well, I must.
He's good in tight spaces.
Yeah.
Backing the goal, in front of goal, his touches, his run, you know, he's a nightmare. And I see why he scored. The amount of goals he scored in the Serie A in Napoli. And I remember when he would play for under 23s, for the under 3 World Cup qualifier thereabouts. He scored an hat-trick too. I remember still being at the pitch side, and I watched him.
Yeah.
But from that time to today, he has matured. We could even see how when Ndidi was captain of the team on the day, and when he was even substituted, he handed the captain band to Victor Osimhen. It just shows you how gradually he has progressed to be the player that he is. It was great, and I see the attack line seems to understand him very well. He seems to understand where he's going to be, where he's going to go, and that's the chemistry I like. I like what Genero has started.
Pesero.
Sorry, Pesero.
Genetro couldn't get his Republic to qualify.
I like what Pesero has started. Osimhen, stop. I don't
leaving
like
him as a lone striker. It's too predictable. Everybody just knows what to do.
Everybody just knows what to do. But you saw Awoniyi bullying defenders to give Osimhen that space. And Boniface coming, almost the same build like Awoniyi, bullying defenders. So I'm seeing great things coming.
Yeah.
From this
We're looking forward to tougher opposition.
Yes.
We're looking forward to, for me, the game I'm looking forward to is Nigeria versus South Africa in the AFCON, in the World Cup qualifiers. That game will be next year, though, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully to be in Uyo. I would like to see that game. I think that's the toughest opponent on paper we have in that group, South Africa. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one. But like you already said, it's a big one. The big win brought big confidence to the team coming in, because there's a World Cup qualifier coming up in November 13th or 14th, one of the two days. But it's coming up, and we're looking forward to it. We did have an exclusive with one of the players of the Super Eagles, and he did say that just exactly what we said is exactly how they feel, and that's the feeling in camp, that this win, it's beyond the numbers. The 6-0 victory seems even bigger than the 10-0 victory.
Yes.
Not just, and that's something I always talk about. It's not about the scores all the time. It's not about the 3 points all the time. Sometimes it's about the quality of play. There was this cohesion. There was this togetherness that everybody's talking about it. Let me just jump into the Prime Sports Group and King's Chat.
Ndidi was awesome. We'll come to Ndidi again.
So, let me start from the first comment. It's Pius that also says, good morning, Prime Sports family. Welcome back. He says, the Nigeria game, great to see our Super Eagles, how they ought to be, even at the global stage. If we put our house in order, nice, I enjoyed myself. The crowd was beautiful to see in the stadium. I promise you, it was an amazement, and it was something to shout about. We did say that. Okay, so Uche says, welcome back, Prime Sports. Good morning, Prime Sports family. Welcome back to the studio. I was happy watching the game. When you meet such a team, you beat them well. Shoe has its size. Here we go again.
All right.
It says the teamwork, and this was my biggest take home from that match yesterday.
Yeah.
It says the teamwork that existed in the Super Eagles this time was amazing. It shows how much our boys have developed, and for me that was what it was. Yes, sometimes you need this kind of teams to help you get your act together. You know, after such a poor showing, dropping out of the AFCON, not going for the World Cup. This is such a way to build, you know.
Let me put this also from Uche. I know you continue reading, but he said something. It shows how much our boys has developed. Yes, with even the mindset now, because I was when they brought out the substitute, the players on the bench for warm up, you know, for substitution.
Yeah.
You know, they gathered 8 to 9 players to just warm up. We are only allowed 5, so they brought like 9 players to warm up, and they were warming up, and Pesero was just calling on. I was just beside Chukwueze and the rest there and everything, so I could hear everything they were saying, and they were urging, go boys, let's make it. Even when it was 3, they said, let's make it 5 boys, let's make it 4, and even when Pesero was calling on the other players to come, the other players, they didn't feel bad.
Yeah.
They were supporting each other. And when the 5th substitution was made, there were still 5 players still warming up.
Wow. So
I think it was Ekong that said, I think it's already 5. Is there any need for us to warm up? And they were all smiles. I didn't see any Super Eagles, but the Simons was there too. I didn't see them
carrying face.
Carrying face, like, they didn't call me. And they were all smiles, like, okay, it's fine, and everything. Okay, we have 5 substitutions again. Or like when we used to hear players grumble that they didn't play, they don't want, if you don't play me, I'm not coming. So they were all smiles. Ekong, that is the captain of the team, he didn't get to play.